Friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going in Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to. On today's episode, we've got an AEW Dynamite review on the road to Revolution. We've got a beefy "What do you want us to talk about?" where the Friendos ask us what's on our minds for the week in wrestling news. You guys throw us out a bunch of topics, and we'll react to them. But first, we've got a couple of news stories from the world of wrestling, including Cody Rhodes' road to WrestleMania.
Roads to WrestleMania.
His roads to WrestleMania. What he's going to be actually doing at the show of shows. But first, apparently Jade Cargill might have some actual legitimate. This is 2 years in a row that the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania, that match is sort of, we got some like real stuff going on behind the scenes.
Some real tension between the competitors in said match. So following a tense social media exchange between Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill earlier this week, where Jade told Rhea, or mentioned to Rhea, that she spends a lot of time talking to creative, and Rhea responded, "Not having fun, not friends, learn to work and never lie to defame someone as a real human character by, quote, breaking the fourth wall." We got a lot of reports about this situation, about whether it was a shoot, a work, a shoot that led to a work. PW Insider has some info stating that a source noted to them that Jade had previously dealt with criticism about how she comported herself backstage. And noting this wasn't the first time that she had upset people in the locker room. Another source implied to PW Insider that last year, when there were the reports that Jade was missing TV time due to injury, according to this source, she was actually going to the Performance Center to allow some of these personal issues backstage to calm down. A source close to Cargill downplayed the situation, stating that basically these kind of things happen when really competitive people work together.
So I've got, this is from NoDQ.com. They sort of have a rundown of the actual social media exchange that was going down. This shit always comes off as awkward to me. So apparently the back and forth began after Rhea said on Twitter, "All you seem to do is talk, and that's literally it." Jade responded with "talk, like the hours you spend talking to creative." And then Rhea Ripley hit back with, "You're funny. That's funny. Now we know you really do be talking out of your ass because everything you say is bullshit. Don't spread lies on my name, you dumb bee." And then apparently Chelsea Green came into the situation, retweeted a post highlighting that Rhea would be competing in her 7th straight WrestleMania title match by writing, "Rhea is proof that you could be kind, respectful, and the most talented wrestler in the world." Cargill apparently took issue with this and shot back with, "It's no point to even go and embarrass you on this app. You always have something to say about everything." Piper Niven jumped in, and then Rhea posted, "Not having fun, not friends, learn to work and never lie to defame someone's real human character by, quote unquote, breaking the fourth wall."
Yeah, that was on Instagram, and I think she deleted it.
Okay, yeah.
After posting it. So Body Slam has some more on the situation, saying, quote, "The situation was said to be a shoot and not a work. Sources indicate the Body Slam that Ripley was legitimately upset with Cargill saying that she spends an hour talking to creative, which is why she posted on her Instagram story last night ahead of Raw before deleting it. Another source indicates that despite there being some sort of legitimate bad blood between the two, there will be no issue with them working together as we head to WrestleMania." So Fightful Select had more, stating that despite the exchange between Rhea and Jade getting tense, they stated, quote, "We're told that WWE was generally happy about the buzz that emerged from it and the feeling that Ripley and Cargill have a legitimate dislike of one another, whether it be real or not," and added that there doesn't appear to be any heat on either of them for their remarks.
You know, if I was in a position at WWE, I'm just throwing this out there, looking at what I look, because I like everybody involved. I like Jade. I like Rhea.
Yeah.
I love Chelsea Green. She's like my number one. She's great. If I was in WWE, if Steve here was a superstar, as they say, in WWE, you better believe I'd be spending as many hours as I could talking to creative, because it's like, it's my creative. It's what I have to do to go out there, and I'd want to maximize my creative value as much as I can.
Yeah.
I'd get in, if I could get in those writers meetings. You know who was in those writers meetings 20 years ago?
Triple H.
And look at him now. He's the top guy in creative.
Place, basically.
So if I could get in those meetings, shit.
Yeah.
I'd be doing that.
You know, I guess the idea Jade's trying to get across is that Rhea's politicking.
I mean, look,
but that's to a degree. I mean, I don't think it's bad. I hope it's not as bad as it used to be. It's the nature of the industry.
That's the job.
Yeah.
The job is to get. Hey, look, man. If I could be Jeff Jarrett, you better believe it. A guy who has no career. I shouldn't say that, but back in the day, like we love Jarrett now.
Yeah.
Back in the day, boy, oh boy, the way I could not stand to see this guy on my TV.
Go away, Heat.
But somehow, some way, he'd always find a way to get on TV. That'd be me. Like, nobody wants to see this guy, but why is he on TV all the time? Because I'm always talking to the people who matter. Mm-hmm. That's what wrestling is.
Jarrett got tight with Vince Russo.
Yes, and look at how that played out. You know, I mean, I guess whatever.
It played out pretty well for Jeff Jarrett,
right? Exactly.
Especially
that's my
WCW.
Point. That's my point. For people like me who wanted to watch WCW but always saw Jeff Jarrett instead, maybe not. Maybe not,
because that usually led to me turning the channel.
Right? Exactly. That's what we did. So yeah, look. Here's my thing about this. We have both made the decision to be on social media as little as possible. Yeah. You know. Yeah. It's pretty insufferable. The funniest thing to me, and I don't know, maybe we're in a position now where we can be off social media and not have to worry about things like, oh, I'm not getting enough exposure for my business. What we do is a business. This is the business we run.
Yeah.
We're lucky enough that pretty much all the posts that I put out there from the Steven Larson account these days, I'm just retweeting social events related tweets that I know you would be cool with and I'm cool with. Mm-hmm. And so I put that stuff out there because I'm like, we have 25 to 30,000 very not active followers on Twitter. And so I'll use it just to be like, to express my frustration with current events. Sure. Who cares? Right. Yeah. I do not. And so it always makes me, when people go back and forth on Twitter about like pro wrestling opinions, here's my advice. Put it in a video on YouTube because you're monetizing it then. I know that Twitter, you can monetize stuff, but from what I understand, the revenue is so like up and down and some of it does and some of it doesn't. And sometimes you'll get a check and sometimes you won't. Put your pro wrestling opinion. YouTube is still to this day, I think, like the top search engine that there is or something. Like if you have a monetized YouTube channel, use that. Twitter will get you nothing except for frustration and headaches.
Yeah.
And like, I don't really think it helps anybody. But that's just me speaking because we're in a good place where we can just post our wrestling opinions here on YouTube.
Yeah.
And do pretty well.
Not deal with the cesspool that is Twitter at this juncture. For the
it sucks over there.
Terrible. It's awful.
You know, I'll say this about all this. If this helps them blow off some steam and get some things out there, maybe it'll be beneficial to the feud that I see on television. Because the one thing that, yes, it is the kind of thing that is good for our views. When, for example, the feud between Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton completely breaks down, then we have shit to talk about.
Yeah.
That being said, that's not the kind of content that I necessarily prefer to talk about. I like when there's a compelling story between interesting characters.
Same.
When there is an exploration of the interpersonal dynamics between the wrestlers, that's why I watch wrestling.
Same.
It's crazy. I love the exploration of interpersonal dynamics so much that we have a shirt.
We do.
It's right above. It's right there. It looks pretty cool. It's like somebody wrote it in graffiti font.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't want the awkward bullshit. Does it do good for our business? Yes, but it's the one thing where I'm cool if they just make a cool story or have some cool promos or some decent moments. That's what I really want. I don't want messy bullshit between two people who really don't like each other.
Yeah. Yeah. This makes the whole situation awkward. And I guess, as we saw with Charlotte and Tiffany last year, I guess some people are interested in the awkward nature of their dynamic because, you know, it's tense and that kind of stuff gets headlines. But does it make for compelling television? Rarely. And just go rewatch if you want to, the Charlotte Tiffany thing from last year leading up to Mania, where it just completely fell apart. Yeah, I got people talking about the nature of the tension between them, but, in a vacuum, was it good TV? No,
it was so awkward.
And they had to kind of keep them apart from that point after for fear that, all right, someone's going to go off script again. Mm-hmm. And the Mania match was good.
Yeah.
But the build up to that match suffered because of the awkwardness.
Yeah.
I want to repeat that this year because this could be potentially a huge main event level match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Get them on the same page, stick to the script, and hopefully, if they hit all the beats they're supposed to hit, then it'll be a successful feud.
Mm-hmm.
If they start going off off script, it's just going to be awkward for everybody involved, and it just it doesn't make for it, a car wreck can be compelling to watch, but when you have something nicely scripted and well executed, nothing beats that. Nothing beats that.
Exactly. Let's talk about the interpersonal dynamics between a couple of old friends who at this juncture don't seem to be beefing. That's Cody and his prospective WrestleMania opponent. So, spoiler alert, if no one wants something spoiled for SmackDown this Friday, skip ahead. Try to remember to put time codes in for what do you want to talk about, news stories. This is your spoiler alert warning. We're going to spoil something which could potentially happen very soon, which has massive WrestleMania implications. So this is your last spoiler warning. This is it.
We're not going to give you anything else, okay? That was
not going to give you anything else. So
I think you even went overboard on that. I think you were extra generous in your spoiler alerting.
All right. Let's get into it then. So it seems like WWE finally figured out what they're going to do with the WWE title match for Mania. Again, spoiler alert. It's the last one.
All right, get on with it. Come on.
PW Insider reports that the current plan will see Cody Rhodes defend the WWE Championship against one Randall Keith Orton next month in Las Vegas, something that we had speculated about. Fightful Select reports that plans for the match have been in the works since January, and added that one of the reasons that Cody lost the WWE title to Drew McIntyre earlier this year was so that Cody could be, quote, in the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber matches, adding to the draw of those shows. Body Slam Plus has some other information saying, quote, sources indicate to Body Slam that discussions began regarding Orton versus Rhodes around the beginning of February to shake things up for WrestleMania season and give a payoff to the teases of the last few years. Rhodes and McIntyre didn't officially find out about the change until last week. So, some differing information regarding the timeline as far as, the genesis of this idea, when it was pitched, when it was decided upon, when people were notified of it. Nonetheless, it seems to be the direction, and it's probably the right choice.
Yeah, the most interesting thing for me here was, let's do that so that Cody can add to the drawing power of the Rumble and Elimination Chamber. Let me ask you this. If that is, in fact, the reason for having him drop the title to Drew, which I understand probably accomplishes a couple things. Number one, it sort of checks off the box of people, maybe, fans and people within the company who believe Drew McIntyre kind of, and it might be a silly thing that maybe Drew doesn't care about at all. But there's a certain segment of fans, and I know I'm one of them, who really kind of wanted to see the dude get to have a title in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the title reign itself was kind of a big nothing, hey, you know what? It adds that to his experience as a wrestler. And I, for one, think it's nice, even if he doesn't give a single shit, if he's of the Scott Hall philosophy where I don't care about the title. The title means nothing to me. I want everybody to be successful. And if we're all successful, we all make what?
Money.
Money. Exactly. And so it sort of checks that box off as well. But maybe more importantly, from the business standpoint, it boosts the tickets for the Rumble and for the Chamber. The question there is, though, if they were really on fire and they didn't need to do this for tickets, would they still have done it? Are they forced into situations like this where it's like, man, we need to boost our ticket sales for Chamber and Rumble. Let's put Cody in them to do that. But he can't have the title, obviously.
Yeah.
So let's take the title off him.
I mean, I guess it would just come down to, initially it was the idea that was pitched by apparently Drew and Cody was, hey, let's change up the dynamic heading into WrestleMania, where Cody's not walking into at least the road to WrestleMania as champ. And initially they pitched for Drew to win the title at WrestlePalooza.
Yeah.
That was obviously turned down, happened beginning of the year in the 3 stages of hell match. I don't know. I mean, I was happy to see Drew win the title, but at the same time, it's looking like he's not going to be walking into WrestleMania champion, which is a bummer for him. And like you said, maybe he doesn't care about that. Maybe he doesn't care. But as someone who appreciates his work, it'd been pretty cool to see him get that opportunity after not getting it when he won the title at WrestleMania 36.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I don't know if Cody... See, I mean, here's the thing. Cody's still going to be walking, assuming the plans actually happen. Cody's still going to be walking into WrestleMania champion. He'll beat Randy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it was that much of a curveball thrown at us. And yeah, it gets Drew the win, but I guess the question is, what's probably going to happen is Jacob's going to interfere.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to cost Drew the match, make good from 3 stages of hell. Jacob and Drew will have the match at Mania. Apparently Drew is going to go shoot Highlander right after WrestleMania, so he's going to lose at WrestleMania 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, will this title reign really elevate Drew above where he was prior to winning it? And I don't know. He got somewhat of a tainted win over Cody because Jacob Fatu interfered. He's going to lose the title, again, due to interference. He's going to lose to the guy who interfered in both those matches. So just in terms of his standing in the eyes of the fans, I don't know how much he necessarily benefited from winning the title. He didn't suffer because of it, but it wasn't like, oh, wow. I have a whole new idea of Drew McIntyre now.
I don't know, man. It all, obviously, it depends on the follow-up, on what they do with him afterwards. I will say this. I do think there's something about the fans got to see him as champion, and even though, I'll put it this way, we can no longer say, oh, he's the guy who never wins the big one. He's the guy who always gets these shots and never wins. Now that's out. Now, he might go back to that, but we do have one major beat in his career, in his story, in recent history, where he did come away with the big one, and it did happen, and we did get to see that. And so I think maybe in the eyes of the fans, now there's a stronger case for him to be slotted in that main event role more often than not. I think so, yeah.
I will say there is a bit of an asterisk next to that win because he didn't do it entirely on his own accord.
Well, dude, Roman Reigns didn't for like the entirety of his 4-year run. He didn't do it. Heels don't really do it on their own necessarily. Like, they either cheat or what have you. Like, from a storyline perspective, yeah, there's always an asterisk for a bad guy. That's just sort of how it works. For Drew McIntyre, it was a fun moment, that 3 stages of hell. Like, we praised it, and he walked away with the champ. I mean, I think you and I could probably look at moments during this really short title reign and say, oh, why was he running away so much from people? He did have the moment where he completely destroyed Sami Zayn in a match, so that was a quality title win where he didn't have to cheat because it's Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I thought there was some... I do feel like if this is the Drew that we get, the one who's always like showing up and meddling and stuff. I kind of like that. He was always showing up and meddling, even if we were like, why is he messing with Randy Orton right now?
Yeah.
I kind of like that. He was always in there trying to mix it up.
Drew, why are you laying the groundwork for potential WrestleMania match? How does that make sense for your character?
I know. But I don't know. I mean, I can't speak on behalf of fans, but for me, it's like, hey, you know what? The dude now has 2-time WWE champion to his resume.
3-time, I believe.
Yeah, because he lost it to Randy and got it back. You're right.
Yep.
And so, at least in recent history, it sort of, it brings him up in my eyes. But again, dude, 6 months from now, Will he have lost every big match that he's been in and be back to where he was? Or will he have some quality wins against quality opponents and still be mixing up in the main event?
Who knows? Really, his character needs to evolve somewhat from being still what he's doing now, I guess, to a certain degree fits into the idea that he's his own worst enemy because he just can't help himself to mess with people.
Yeah.
Because he's so insecure about his status as champion. So I get that aspect of it, but at a certain point, that's why I thought the title win was probably not going to happen at 3 Stages of Hell because his character hadn't evolved to the point where, it makes sense for him to win. And I'm still waiting for that moment to happen. He can still be a bad guy. He can still be a heel. But for, 2 years now, he's been the dude who fails at huge moments and blames everybody else for his own failures.
Yeah, and if they continue to tell stale stories with that, then so be it. But I was happy to see him win the title.
Oh, I was
too.
Yeah.
I don't. Beyond that, as long as things are entertaining. I mean, as soon as Aldis said at the Chamber, we're doing this on SmackDown, I was like, oh shit, okay, they're just gonna go.
Back.
And on top of that, I kind of figured, okay, Cody versus Randy. You and I talked about that.
Oh yeah, extensively.
And I'm glad they're finally, going to dispense with the whole idea of we're gonna have like a bunch of dudes, in the one title match, because I think that's kind of lame. And you and I have talked about that as well. So yeah, Cody versus Randy. Now my hope is simply that they're able to effectively mine the history and the friendship between these two guys, where, it's going to be interesting from a couple different standpoints, what the crowd reaction is going to be, what they do with the character of Randy Orton, because now that Cody's the dude that he's going to be facing, we're going to see Randy Orton. I can't say of old because he's had a million different,
I know.
There's been a lot of different Randy Ortons out there.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see, and I really hope, if they take this to a level that we saw in the lead up to 40 with The Rock, where Randy Orton just becomes the most vicious version of himself, that I think would be the sweet spot right there. The crowd will cheer it because it's really cool shit.
Yeah.
But Cody has a decent track record of rising to the occasion and bringing his own level of intensity as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully they notch this up to 11 and we get some good stuff out of it.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so too.
Anyways, we're going to talk about what you want us to talk about here in just a moment. But first up, we've got some sponsors for the show this week, so let's go ahead and talk about them.
Let's do it. This episode of Going in Raw is sponsored by BetterHelp. International Women's Day is coming up March 8th, so let's all celebrate the women in our lives. I want to give a huge shout out to my incredible wife who's put up with me for more than 20 years, even though I'm sure there were a lot of times when I wasn't much fun to be around when I was dealing with severe anxiety in my mid-20s. But thanks to her strength and support and the help of a therapist, I was able to learn the tools I needed to better cope with my anxiety.
With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally. And BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can put your focus on your therapy goals.
All you got to do to get started is fill out a short questionnaire that helps identify your needs and preferences. And BetterHelp's 12-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time. But if you aren't happy with your match, you could switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recommendations.
Your emotional well-being matters. Find support and feel lighter in therapy. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/raw. That's betterhelp.com/raw.
And this episode of Going in Raw is sponsored by Prize Picks. We love ourselves some hoops here at Going in Raw. I'm a massive stats nerd, and I feel like I found a way to merge those two passions with Prize Picks.
Prize Picks makes every dunk, dime, and board that much more exciting. And right now, you can shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Getting started with Prize Picks is easy. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in.
You can pick from all your favorite sports, anything from basketball, baseball, hockey, UFC, soccer, college basketball, tennis, golf, esports, and more. With Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. Say you think Wemby is going to have a huge night and want to pick more on points, rebounds, and three-pointers made. With Stacks, you can do that and pick all of them in the same lineup. If you want flexibility, choose Flex Play, where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the largest payouts, go for the Power Play. No matter your play, Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes to the test.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code GOINGINRAW to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code GOINGINRAW to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. All right, man, let's talk about what the friendos want us to talk about. It's time for What Do You Want to Talk About?
What do you want to talk about? First here from Tim Owens says, Nick Khan and Triple H accused of destroying evidence in the shareholder lawsuit. So this relates to the merger, the creation of TKO Holdings. This is from Post Wrestling. And the lead paragraph here is written by Brandon Thurston, I believe. Says shareholder plaintiffs in WWE merger lawsuit are asking the Delaware Chancery Court to sanction defendants, including Vince, Nick Khan, and Paul Levesque over the alleged destruction of relevant evidence, including signal messages and McMahon's handwritten notes. Trying to see here. So it says later on here, Khan is characterized as spearheading communications on the messaging app Signal, which allows users to time messages or to auto-delete. Khan is also alleged to have deleted conventional text messages, which plaintiffs say, based on context, include merger discussions in the investigation of alleged misconduct by McMahon. The motion contains a new factual allegation that not previously made public that Vince, Stephanie, and Nick Khan met with Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel and President Mark Shapiro on December 13th, 2022. A few weeks before McMahon exercised his controlling interest in WWE and returned to the company, immediately pushed to explore a sale or merger.
So the genesis or the premise of this lawsuit is WWE didn't really offer up the company for sale to anybody but TKO. Like they, instead of getting best value for shareholders for the acquisition or merger of their company, the deal with TKO essentially was a done deal sort of in private before, it was a done deal publicly.
Yeah.
And so the shareholders are like, man, you could have got maybe potentially more for WWE in a different deal, and you didn't do that because you went straight to TKO. The idea being that TKO would be the place where Vince McMahon could retain power and not be pushed out of the process. So, I mean, from what I understand, when I was reading that, the only real impact this will have is the plaintiffs are asking the judge to consider that those messages would be a negative for the defendants. Yeah. Like these messages showed something that they didn't want you to know. Therefore, you should take that into consideration.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the specifics of those messages might have been super damning for the defendants. And all they're going to get now is like, well, chances are, this didn't look good for them, which would seem to, not be great for the plaintiffs. But, I don't know what's going to happen here, what could happen here. This has slap on the wrist written all over it.
Yeah.
So I don't really expect there to be much. I still, this is my own personal speculation. I think there's still a lot of scumbags in TKO that probably knew a lot about a lot of things across several lawsuits, and they're getting away with it. But you can't, without the proper evidence, you can't say one way or another. It's just bad guys get away with shit.
Yeah.
So I don't mean to be a bummer, but that's just how it is.
It's the sad reality we're living in.
I think the most interesting thing to me, and I still haven't really wrapped my head too hard around it because I'm like, whatever, but is Vince like all the stuff with Stephanie was sort of interesting to me because like it always seemed like she didn't want anything to do with him.
Yeah.
But then when it came back around to the TKO thing, he was like, hey, let's loop Stephanie and Nick in on the dinner that they're going to have together to discuss this stuff.
Yeah.
And so I always thought that was because I'm sure this is stuff that will probably never see the light of day.
Oh, yeah.
But that to me is just sort of interesting. Like, I wonder what that, I would love for somebody to write a book at some point, even if it's 20 years from now, where they have some reliable information on what that relationship kind of is. Because the way the sequence always played out, it was always like, oh, Stephanie doesn't want anything to do with her dad.
Yeah, it kind of seemed that way, didn't it?
Yeah.
Next here from Diehard Homer says WWE having no plans for Royce Keys outside of possibly being on SmackDown. So there's a couple sources here. One Body Slam, the other PW Insider from Body Slam, saying Royce Keys, of course, formerly Powerhouse Hobbs in AEW. Keys has been wrestling in dark matches as a way to let him get some reps while they finalize his creative moving forward. They filmed some video packages which are expected to be airing soon. PW Insider noted that his absence is not a cause for concern, stating that, quote, 99% of talents who are hired go through the process, and the idea is that he's getting used to WWE production.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where to look to the camera, et cetera, stuff like that.
Yeah. And they say as well that they filmed some video packages for him, and should be airing shortly. So hopefully we'll see Royce Keys, Powerhouse Hobbs, Will Hobbs on TV soon.
Given that they have been pushing his appearance on Stephanie's podcast so hard, like they show clips of that all the time.
All the time, yeah.
I really do hope that they take a more nuanced approach with this character. You know, you think of the name Powerhouse Hobbs, and he's not using that. I get that. And you think big monster dude. You look at the dude, and you're like, big monster dude. It'd be such a great subversion if they actually, and I'm not saying you exploit, you know, his real life traumas or stories or whatever, but I am kind of curious what tack they're going to take with him as a character, and what that's going to end up looking like.
Yeah, same here. I'm really
Hopefully
curious.
It'll be something interesting. You know,
I hope so too. Next here, the Mooches says Logan Paul of all people saying that the ads in the ring are slippery and the talent have to watch their step. This is I assume he said this on his podcast, but these transcripts are from Slam Wrestling. He says, I got to say it, by the end of the night, the middle of the ring gets really slippery with the logos painted there. I'll just say it. I noticed. I can't get running full speed. I got to be really careful with my feet and my placement because of logos that they now paint in the middle of the ring that I started. I started with Prime. We were the first in-ring, middle-of-the-ring sponsor ever with a logo. It's not us anymore. But apparently they're slippery.
Yeah, I like that. He was sort of defending the LA Knight, you know, slip up
on the top rope. Yeah,
I saw this. Somebody posted this story on Threads, and Lance Storm tweeted it. Fucking whatever. Quote posted it, I guess.
Quote tweeted it.
Yeah. Well, it's on Threads, so it's not really a tweet.
Threads. Oh,
yeah, it's a post. Quote threaded it. Said this: the Nitro logo on the WCW canvas was so slippery, I complained enough and got it removed. To quote Arn Anderson, if that thing can make you look clumsy, it'll make the rest of these guys look like drunks chasing a hat in a windstorm. What? I feel like Arn picked that up from like the 30s.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah.
You know, I guess anytime they use canvas, I'd assume, because it's kind of rough and it's got grip to it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And then when you put anything on there that's painted, probably slick a little bit, it's going to be slippery.
Can't they use
they would have to like
there's a process where you can like remove the pigment from a thing, retaining its texture.
Yeah.
And I've seen this on t-shirts.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
What was the one brand that Aleister Black used to?
Blackcraft?
Was it Blackcraft?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Something like that. And I forget the name of the process.
Rather than printing on the shirt, they would just
remove the pigment from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe they could do that. They probably won't. They're probably like, the fuck, we can't do that with a... Look at this idiot podcaster.
Why would we do that when we can just print it for much cheaper?
Yeah, just get better wrestling boots, I guess. You know, like put it on the wrestlers, I guess.
Go out there and wrestle in actual boots.
Yeah. Michael here with the what do you want to talk about? Topic says Joey Janela wrestling Brody Lee Jr. in the main event of Joey Janela's Spring Break X.
Yeah, -1, starting to wrestle.
He's doing the wrestling thing. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this other than cool. I'm sure Joey Janela probably take care of the kid.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's a fun moment for him. So good on Joey Janela.
Yep. And then finally here, Joker Smiley says Mance Warner and Steph DeLander quitting TNA. So apparently that's because TNA won't clear Steph DeLander from Fightful to return to the ring.
Yeah.
A neck injury, I believe.
A neck injury. Apparently she's gone to I read this somewhere. She went to WWE's neck specialist to get cleared, but TNA said no go. So I don't know, that's between them. You know what I mean? It's funny because it's a bummer. I don't watch TNA, but I've always appreciated Steph DeLander's work and Mance Warner. They seem like a fun, entertaining act. It's obviously a bummer for her if she thinks that she's good and healthy to go. You could understand it from the company standpoint if they don't, believe that they can ensure that she's not going to have something horrible happen to her in the ring. Mm-hmm. But in terms of who's right, who's wrong, that's their business. Don't know. I have no idea.
Don't know. Don't know. All right, you want to know my opinions on Dynamite now? You were waiting for this.
I've been waiting with burning passion to find it because some weeks, dude, you're like, oh man, Dynamite was great. I'm like, yeah, it was pretty good. And then the other weeks you're like, oh boy, what a lame Dynamite. And I'm like, I thought it was Dynamite. So please let me know.
What's one constant generally when I tend to not enjoy Dynamite as much?
Stories not being pushed.
Usually it's too much talking.
Too much talking. Okay, yes.
And this was at least it was an episode of Dynamite where there was a lot of in-ring action. It was a wrestling heavy episode of Dynamite.
It was, yes.
There wasn't, that I recall, a real extended talky bit.
Yeah.
Even like the sit down between FTR and the Young Bucks in the conference room, that was pretty quick. Ciampa's interview ringside was pretty quick. There wasn't any particular talky segment that overstayed its welcome, I felt like. And whenever that happens, I feel like Dynamite benefits because they're leaning to their strength, which is the quality of the in-ring product.
So Dynamite up?
Yeah, I thought it was relatively enjoyable. Yeah.
Okay. We got new trios champions.
We do.
In the Don Callis family. Probably, maybe the most consequential thing is we've got David Finlay.
Yeah, the crowd didn't seem to think his arrival was terribly consequential. It was pretty quiet.
So, yeah, that's not surprising to me. I mean, it's been sort of all the War Dogs because the War Dogs were a part of a New Japan that was just in a severe rebuilding process.
Yeah.
And it's not like I think they had a couple Forbidden Door, or they had at least one Forbidden Door match.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting about Finlay showing up is Fightful had a report after his debut that said he was in discussions with WWE and they offered him an NXT contract.
Lowball.
But nothing else.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I can go to NXT or I can go to AEW main roster.
Dude, I mean, I'll just say this. My mind is open to what David Finlay might bring to the equation.
Sure. There's some of his work that I've seen that I enjoyed.
I've seen a handful of matches, and I think that he's good in terms of in the ring. A lot of guys are good in the ring. A lot of people are good in the ring. I don't recall seeing much of anything from a character standpoint. And people have shown me, look at this David Finlay promo, look at this promo, or look at this promo. And I've seen plenty of them, and I'm like, I don't know. Nothing stands out to me. Dude, on the flip side, you look at one of the legends of modern New Japan, Tetsuya Naito, right? Mm-hmm. This dude doesn't even have to speak in order for his aura to just hit you.
Permeate the entire arena, yes.
Right. And so there's just a comparison. It's one guy, god damn, I'll follow him. I don't. But, because Naito, at a certain point, he just got kind of old and his body got wrecked.
Yeah, his knees are shot, yeah.
Yeah. But if he showed up in WWE, I'd be pretty excited. I don't know, even till today. I'd be like, oh, cool. Naito's there. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, that'd be pretty neat.
Or even AEW, I guess. But Finlay's one of those dudes where he always just comes out, even with him standing with a Gatling gun, I'm like, all right, now what do you do with him? And so that's, I guess, my question in AEW is like, okay, well, now what do you do with him? Because he's not the guy that's got aura that's just hitting you. He's not even, I don't think, like a Gabe Kidd type, where if you take one look at a Gabe Kidd promo, it's like, this guy seems kind of dangerous. Finley's a good-looking dude who makes a suit look good, and I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm willing to give it a try, but he's not the name that's going to excite the fans as soon as he gets there. He's not that guy.
No, he's not that guy. And it's like anybody else who signs with AEW. It's who can best take advantage of what AEW has to offer you as a performer, and that's generally a certain amount of latitude to be involved in your own creative. And if you can come up with ideas, good ideas that earn Tony Khan's trust, he will put you in situations where you can explore those ideas. And if they succeed, you can go places. You've seen that countless times in AEW.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know if David Finlay is that type. I don't know. I don't know if he comes up with great ideas and is effective at pitching them and implementing them. I don't know. But if he is, then there's a chance he can really go places in AEW. And he must have a certain amount of faith in his own abilities to choose AEW with the prospect of maybe more immediate opportunities in that regard, as opposed to NXT, because fuck knows what you're going to get when you go there.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, trading, I understand wanting to trade on what you've already built for yourself. Boy, I don't know. That's sort of a tough one, because especially if you're David Finlay and you're sitting there, these are my options. I can continue the thing that I started in New Japan in a new place that values wrestling. But we're also not that group that, like, we're going to come in and everybody's going to know who we are and everybody's going to go crazy for us.
They're not a huge buzzworthy.
They're not.
As talented as they all are, they're not like Bullet Club circa 2017 showing up.
Not even close to that.
No.
Or I can have the faith, or I have faith in myself that I can go to NXT, maybe get rebranded a little bit. They'll probably give him a decent shot, above the Evolve guys anyways, and see how the crowd reacts to me. I feel like he chose probably the smart path.
Yeah.
But it's also the safest path. You need to make sure that your wrestling is going to be top notch. And yeah, you can't put faith in the creative process there. You have to be part of driving the creative process.
You have to advocate for your own creative in AEW, yes.
You got to bust out that Gatling gun, buddy.
Maybe it's a situation where David Finlay watched NXT and was like, this isn't very good.
I mean, that's how I'd fucking feel about it.
Yeah. Let's see what they're doing. And apparently there was like a Ricky Saints concert thing that was so bad they've been pulling clips off YouTube.
I only saw that existed, that he had his guitar out. It was that bad?
That's what I think. Someone left a comment in what do you want to talk about regarding that?
Oh, God. Should I that sounds like a try not to watch or look away challenge. Try not to cringe or look away challenge.
I know. It does.
Boy.
Oh, so yeah, this apparently they deleted it from Twitter.
Oh my gosh. I'll have to watch that. I can't even, dude. Yeah, I don't. You might be right. I don't go there.
Yeah,
but I don't know what wrestlers' perceptions of NXT is these days. I don't know. Like, it used to be in the Black and Gold era. Oh,
it was the place to be.
It's the place to be.
Yeah,
unless you're AJ Styles.
Yeah,
I want to go there. But it was like, dude, yeah, this place. Oh my God, look at who they got. This is the future right here. And then none of they really panned out. But like these days, I don't know.
I don't know how it's perceived. I mean, I guess it's wrestlers who are intent on being in the WWE system first and foremost, who are willing to roll the dice on whatever happens in NXT with the ideas like, well, I have confidence in my abilities. I can make this work. And then I'll get to main roster and things will really start going in the right direction.
A lot of hubris. Anybody thinking that? If you think you're that good, you probably should be going to main roster. Think about it. You now have to compete
Well, here's the thing. You might not have the opportunity to go to main roster right away. If it's a situation like this with a lot of people where they're just offering an NXT deal and saying, take it or leave it.
Yeah, I know. But here's the thing. If you're a Powerhouse Hobbs, they're like, take it. We'll put you on main roster.
Yeah.
If they're saying take it and go to NXT, man, I don't know anymore. You got to compete with people who are on BFG, Evolve, other people come from WWE ID.
You said BFG. It's LFG.
LFG. What is BFG? I don't know.
It's the movie, the giant movie.
I got all my acronyms fucked up. You got people from WWID,
yeah,
LFG, Evolve.
Yeah.
You got other people from Noah. You got other people from other promotions. TNA, the Indies. You're coming in, you better be better than Shiloh Hill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Woo. That's tough business. Like if you're in coming from the women's scene, you got a lot of competition, but if you can stand out, but their women's division is stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Their men's division is just a bunch of dudes.
I know.
Like,
we thought like Ricky Starks would be like a sure thing in NXT, and look what's happened. You know,
brother.
I don't know what's happening there.
I don't know what's happening there, but man, oh man, sad last days. So yeah, Finley's All Elite. Let's see how that pans out. I don't even know if somebody was like, "Hey, I'm going to play you the audio from a promo," I don't think I would recognize him.
Oh, you don't think so?
No,
I think I might.
Really?
Maybe I flatter myself a bit saying that, but I think I might. maybe he'll be a situation like Ricochet where, got a great idea. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna do this.
It'd be cool.
And it's gonna be a home run.
I hope so. I saw, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, dude, if you're, Tekla, for example, had a defense against Thunder Rosa. Mm-hmm. Number one, both their presentations 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
You want a 10 out of 10 presentation? It's that.
Well, hold on. Is it an AEW 10 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 overall?
Dude. No, bro. You can max out an AEW 10 out of 10. Tekla in WWE, her presentation would be AEW 13 out of 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are things they can do that AEW simply can't do. But they look like $1 million.
Yeah.
If you're a Tekla, you're going to go anywhere and make a difference.
Yeah.
You're going to go anywhere and make a difference. So if you're a wrestler, that's what you need to be bringing to the equation. Mm-hmm. If you think you're going to go somewhere, you can't just show up in a 3-piece suit and strut around a little bit, David Finley.
Well, it depends on the character, though. If the 3-piece suit makes sense for the character, then yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You better look damn good in that 3-piece suit. Damn good. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with
that. I
that.
better look at you and be like, God damn, that dude rocks a 3-piece suit.
Yeah.
You know,
you got to project some aura then. It's
Yeah.
not just exactly the suit. It's how you project your
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Personality.
You know? That's what I'm saying. It's a lot more than the suit.
It is more the suit. I guess we can get into it. We had quite a path to get to the main event, which was the Trios title match.
We did have a path to get there.
It was quite the path. So we have to start at the very beginning of the show, where Kevin Knight gets the AEW title shot against MJF. That was set up on Collision. We get a video recap package explaining all that. No surprise here, MJF gets the win. So Kevin Knight hits MJF with the coast to coast. He goes up top looking for the UFO splash. And right as he's about to hit it, MJF kicks the ref, Bryce Remsburg, right into the ropes. So Bryce falls like throat first into the second rope. And so he's, selling that. Knight covers. Bryce is slow to do the count. Even when he turns around and starts counting, it is so slow. Mm-hmm. So eventually MJF kicks out. Knight's looking for another UFO splash. MJF gets the knees up, hits the Heat Seeker to get the win. Afterwards, MJF tosses Remsburg out of the ring. Looks to hit Knight with the Dynamite Diamond Ring when Hangman comes to the stage. This distracts MJF, and Speedball sneaks in behind MJF and hits him with a kick. So later on, Hangman has a match against Marty Smooth.
What a great name.
It's a great name.
I do take issue with the fact that he's got hair on his head, though. He had basically the beard that I would grow. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you just shave that. Just be smooth. To really be Marty Smooth.
Maybe he normally is, but for whatever reason, maybe he flew into. Where were they last night? No, he's probably a local guy. Anyways,
El
Paso. They were in El Paso.
He ain't flying nowhere.
I don't know. Maybe he just didn't have an opportunity to be smooth.
That could be.
I don't know.
You to be Marty Smooth, you gotta be smooth. People should be like, trying to grapple with you and slip it off.
That was Michael Nakazawa's thing.
Right? Yeah. Just steal that.
Yeah. So Paige wins basically immediately. Hits a boot, buckshot, gets the W, grabs a mic, and says, "Hey, I'm gonna make this short because this dude's ass isn't the one I wanted to beat up tonight, Max. I have put my entire future at stake for a chance to do what your parents should have done nearly 30 years ago, and that's teach you a lesson. Let me warn you, in Texas death, I have no conscience. Max, I'll rip you and tear you, and I will let you die only when I'm finished with you. You're the world champ, so surely that doesn't scare you. You're itching to punch someone with a Dynamite diamond ring, so why don't you put it back on and get on out here?" So MJF walks to the ramp, says, "It's bad enough that I'm in El Paso, but didn't you see me beat Kevin Knight? It's bad enough I got to listen to you yap next week at the press conference, so don't make me come down there and whoop your ass too." So Paige is about to respond when he gets laid out by Proto Kata and Mark Davis. So MJF is laughing, goes backstage. Callis family wrecks Hangman. Speedball and Kevin Knight eventually run to the ring with some chairs to make the save. So the Callis family retreats to the stage. Don Callis comes out and says he's talked to Tony Khan. We're getting a trios title match tonight. And Kevin Knight's got his ribs all taped up because MJF is working over his midsection.
Yeah. So we have that. And thanks to more MJF, the Don Callis family get the win here. So I appreciate this. That it's like 2 degrees of Kyle Fletcher. We had his old tag team and his new tag team.
Yeah.
All in one trios. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Because that's one thing, like, I feel like they haven't really explored all that much with Fletcher and Davis, the fact that they used to be a tag team,
Mm-hmm.
So anyways.
They did mention it last night on commentary during this match.
They mentioned, yeah, they did. Yeah, I think Callis mentioned it too. And that's cool and everything. But like, since Davis has come back, I don't know. Maybe they do it a lot on Collision. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways. So MJF lays out Hangman Adam Page at ringside, which allowed Okada to hit Kevin Knight with a Rainmaker, and then Davis follows that awesome pile driver. That's no standard pile driver, man. Nope. That pile driver is nasty.
It is, and I'm happy that Mark Davis got the pin to get.
I know, isn't that nice?
He's been putting on some really fun matches of late.
Dude's got a killer theme song too.
He does, yeah.
He's got a good theme song.
He's got Dunkzilla on his Tron.
It kind of felt, yeah. It kind of feels like an old school mid-card Jim Johnston theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like something you'd get to Dan Severn or something.
Yeah.
Although that was fucking iconic.
That was a great theme.
Yeah.
You mentioned Tekla earlier. She had a title defense against Thunder Rosa. She gets the win. Kicked out of a Fire Thunder driver.
Mm-hmm.
Ducks a clothesline, hits a spear, 2 stomps to get the W. Chris Statlander comes to ringside. The security rushes out to keep her out of the ring, but then Tekla hits Thunder Rosa with another stomp, so Statlander fights past security and rushes into the ring, and Tekla takes for leave.
Yeah. I'm assuming they're just going to do Tekla versus Statlander again. Maybe a stip match at Revolution.
Yeah.
I like Statlander's. There's a new Resident Evil game out, Larson.
Oh, I had no idea.
Well, we need to talk about what we're going to do for 10 for the win this week. Maybe something Resident Evil related.
Brother, this ain't 2013 anymore.
Brother, there was a dude in our comments at the Friendo Club Wrestling, now that we're redoing that, who said, "Hey, please bring back video game content and 10 for the win." And I said, and I commented back, I just commented back, I said, "Dude, we haven't kept up with video games in a decade. I would have no fucking clue what to talk about."
And if I'm being perfectly honest, I barely kept up with it when we were doing 10 for the win.
I kept up. I hate to break anybody's, I don't want to ruin childhoods here.
Yeah.
But I was into video games as much as it would pay my mortgage. I did. That's kind of a lie. I did enjoy certain video games.
Yeah, there's some games that, yes, without a doubt, we enjoy. Yes.
I enjoyed always Grand Theft Auto.
GTA.
Portal. Yeah, Portal's legitimately such a fucking good game.
Portal is fantastic.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
The things I couldn't give a shit about. Anything Nintendo related.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo could fuck off.
Halo. I don't care about that.
Oh my God, I do not care about Halo.
Don't care about Call of Duty. I know you used to play.
I had fun with Call of Duty.
You used to play.
That was a fun game. Yeah.
I'm not very good at first-person shooters, so I never really.
Neither am I, but it doesn't keep me from trying. I still suck at Rocket League. I play it on the daily.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm balls at that game. But
I can't remember the last time. My PS4 is somewhere in my closet. Yeah, super dusty.
Yeah. But yeah, like, man, we would try to fit as many wrestling games as we could into that thing.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, it was fun though. I was like, man, can't they just pay us to do like little skits? Can we just be
great.
a short film comedy act?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I mentioned David Finley's all elite. The dogs are all officially all elite now too. They got the graphic.
The dogs.
Yeah, it's not the War Dogs.
I'm assuming that like they're like, we gotta,
I mean, like New Japan might have the trademark for War Dogs.
That's what I'm thinking. They probably do. So now it's just the dogs.
The dogs.
Is there a different, what would that be, adjective that they could throw in there instead
Battle
of
dogs.
war? That's a good one. The battle dogs.
Yeah.
There you go. The mean dogs.
There you go. Yeah, nasty dogs.
The rabid dogs.
Oh. I think they've already settled on the dogs because that was on the graphic.
I know, but it's just nebulous. Like, okay, what kind of dogs are you?
Yeah.
Nice
I don't
dogs?
disagree. Yeah.
The puppy dogs.
Aw.
Come here, David Finley. Come here, David Finley. He's a good boy. Who likes a belly scratch, David Finley?
Yeah. So the match was Orange and Darby against Gabe Kidd. 100.
They should have been the man dogs.
Man dogs?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like fucking Manimal.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That guy's got paws now.
And they all turned to actual dogs mid-match, yeah?
Yes. It's like that first Snoop Dogg video.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to mention that. Yeah, yeah.
Just the really bad morphing effects.
Yeah. Darby and Orange versus, at the time, 2 members of the dogs. Gabe Kidd, 100 proof Clark Connors. So Orange gets the pin.
That's a heavy alcohol right there, isn't it? 100
It
proof.
is. It's probably pretty heavy.
Damn.
Yeah. It's not like Everclear. Or
wait, there's something you can go over 100. I thought 100 proof.
200 is max proof.
Why is it 200 and not 100?
I don't know. That's what it is. Because like
Holy
Bacardi
shit.
151 is 151 proof, so it's 75.5% alcohol.
See, I don't pay attention to alcohol. I just put it in my mouth.
Oh, really? So
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
You divide the proof in half. That's the percentage of alcohol in that particular spirit.
What?
Yeah.
All right. Cool, man.
So 100 proof Clark Connors is 50% alcohol. That's what he's saying.
Why isn't he 200 proof? Clark, you're only half proof.
I don't know I don't think, unless you're just drinking rubbing alcohol, there's not a spirit.
Is that 200 proof rubbing alcohol?
No, not even that, because I think the strongest percentage of alcohol I've ever seen is 91%.
Clark Connors needs to be rubbing alcohol. Clark Connors.
Well, that would just be 182 proof, because the highest percentage of rubbing alcohol you could buy, I think, is 91 proof.
Is something 200 proof?
I don't think
What's
so.
Pure alcohol.
Everclear is 190 proof.
Jesus. I'm sorry. Shut up. Wait a second. What did you just
95% alcohol.
What did you say rubbing alcohol is?
91.
Everclear is more alcoholic than rubbing alcohol?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like you might be able to buy 100% rubbing alcohol.
Everclear Clark Connor. Oh, that is kind of hard to say. Everclear Clark Connor.
Yeah, 190 proof Clark
Everclear Connors.
How about just Everclear Connors?
Everclear Connors. There you go. That's the man. Dude, as soon as if we were working AEW, as soon as those guys show up, Everclear Connors.
Yeah.
Being rebranded, baby.
Yeah. Anyways, Orange and Darby get the win.
Yeah.
100 proof Clark Connors eats the pin again after an orange punch
shows up. Yeah.
Orange. I know. He's the pin guy of the dogs, evidently. David Finley then shows up, attacks Orange and Darby as they celebrate their win, blasts them with a shillelagh, and then the dogs just beat them up, and then they pose in the ring.
And he struts around and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. But maybe he'll have it. Maybe he busts out the Gatling gun. I did appreciate towards his later days, or at least in New Japan, he'd have the big coat, the sunglasses. He'd, glam up a little bit.
Yeah, no, he was trying to enhance his aura. I
he
noticed
was.
that.
You can do that with big attire.
Yeah.
He needs to do that more. The 3-piece suit ain't going to do it. He looks like he's
maybe
going...
that was just the, hey, I'm going to debut in this, and from here on out, we're going to up the ante every week.
He looks like he's going to a funeral. Or a business meeting. I'm going to go pitch something.
So Hechicero took on Mox and won these Continental Championship Eliminators.
Mm-hmm.
Mox wins. Fun match, though. It was really fun.
Yeah, good stuff.
Mox evades a drop kick, hits a stomp, a regal knee, Death Rider to get the win, and then Takeshita comes to the ring as Mox is, making his exit through the crowd, and they just talk some craps. Later on, we get a Death Rider's promo. Garcia is questioning why the Callis family keeps picking fights with them when they know they can't win. Yuta shows off his new haircut. No hair.
No hair.
And he talks about how shaving his head was like one of the worst experiences of his life, but the Death Riders helped him get through it. He says, through loss, I now have freedom. And then Marina talks some trash to Tony, says, you better make me laugh. And then Mox says, nobody does it like we do. Nobody's willing to go as far as we are. Takeshita Revolution. We're going to go as long and as far as it takes. We're going to see this through all the way till the end.
You know what I appreciate about Yuta? He didn't do the thing where he shaves his head and he looks cool. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like he sort of like used different settings to shave his head because it looks sort of like uneven.
A little patchy, yeah.
A little patchy. And I feel like that's the good way to go because if he's going to lament the loss of his hair, it should look kind of ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Because, the dude, he probably looks like a badass if he actually gets rid of it all,
Yeah. He didn't shave it like bald. It was just really short.
Yeah. And it does look a little on the messy side, silly side. So I feel him when he says that stuff. Because otherwise, if he just looked like a badass, like, why are you complaining? He looks super cool.
Yeah. We had the Young Bucks and FTR had a sit-down interview with Renee in a conference room.
The one thing about this is... I get the Young Bucks are now in the phase where they were so good as bad guys and shitty guys and broke guys, and they were so entertaining. The only place they could go is to good guy territory. Now they're there, and they're back to being boring again.
I thought, usually Nick, when he does face promos, he seems completely disinterested.
Yeah.
He was pretty good in this, in terms of his delivery.
He's always good. The problem is, Nick is always good. The problem is Matt talks most.
I know.
And he just comes off like he's acting. Nick is really good.
He can be, yeah.
But Matt is closer to the camera. He hogs the scenery.
Yeah.
And that's my main takeaway from this is like, once again, they're in this territory where Matt just talks too much and the good promo is sitting behind him.
Yeah. So FTR, they say three greatest tag teams of the Millennium are the Briscoes, the Young Bucks, and FTR. But then after, they already took 2 or 3 from the Briscoes, and now when they beat the Young Bucks at Revolution, they'll take 2 or 3 from them or have the upper hand. I think they've wrestled more than 3 times, and they'll be the best team of this Millennium. And Nick says, talks about FTR attacking their family. He says the match Revolution will not just be about those titles; it's about revenge. And the Matt chimes in. Says it takes everything that I got not to reach over there and kick the shit out of you, FTR, but I'm not going to do it now. We're going to wait and do that Revolution in front of our families and our friends. And Cash says, well, I hope your family is there so we can teach you another lesson, Young Bucks. And then he says, but we're going to be professional. This situation is tense. We're going to leave. And as they're leaving, Dax says, we all agreed to a no physicality deal with you, Young Bucks, but not with Brandon Cutler, who's there filming stuff. So he just decks Cutler, and then they leave.
Yeah, man. Yeah. This was fun. The formerly known as the Iconics, the Inspiration, made their Dynamite debut. Unfortunately, it was against the Brawling Birds, who are on the come up right now.
Yeah.
I did appreciate that we got really what I show up for the Inspiration for. Funny promo, and then when they came out dancing their music, and they made them do the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had them play the music again. And they are hilarious. Just their body language, their chemistry, it's all funny. And so we got a little picture-in-picture promo with them as well. Pretty short match. The Brawling Birds made short work of the Inspiration. I liked the part where they were doing the chops in the corner, and they'd bend over Cassie so they could chop Jess, bring up Cassie so they chop her, bring her back down. Yeah. That was pretty funny stuff. In any event, Brawling Birds get the win after hitting Cassie with a heart attack on top of Jess. Mm-hmm. So good to see the inspiration on debut.
Yeah. Hopefully they're featured on Dynamite on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Andrade versus Bandito is official for Revolution. So they had an interview backstage with Renee. She asked Bandito, "What does this match mean to you?" Bandito says, "I grew up watching Andrade, and now being his opponent is a dream come true." And so Andrade goes, "Bandito, you were the best wrestlers alive, but you're an Andrade fan. So do you want to fight me or do you want a selfie?" Yeah.
And he started to get his camera out too, or his phone out.
And he goes, "Oh, excuse me, I have to go make a phone call." And so that was it.
Andrade just little brothered him.
Oh, yeah. So then Brody comes to the ring, calls out Swerve, says, "I know I'm the most dangerous man in AEW, so get your ass out here." Prince Nana walks to the ramp, says, "Are you sure you want to do this, Brody?" And Brody tells Prince Nana, "Stop talking, bring out Swerve." So Nana says, "All right, here he is," introduces Swerve. So Swerve's music hits. No Swerve because he attacks Brody from behind with the chain, hits him with the house call, then chokes out Brody with the chain until Bandito runs out to make the save. And Swerve says, "I sent a message to Kenny, and now I have to do it to you. It's one thing to say you're the most dangerous man. It's another thing to do it. I'll see you at Revolution." This match will be good.
Yeah, this will be a really violent match. This is going to be awesome. We also had Tommaso Ciampa, who might be doing some feuding with FTR, which would be great if Johnny Gargano was going to be showing up soon. But we'll see how this plays out. You got to think Ciampa might get a partner of some sort. Anyways, Renee interviews Ciampa. He comes to the ramp.
It might be Mark Briscoe.
Oh, that'd be cool. Boy, that'd be a hell of a team.
Mm-hmm.
Says, "What do you plan to do to get back on top?" And he's like, "Well, first up, I got beef with Fletcher, who took the TNT title, gave it a makeover without my consent." He says, "Next time we run it back, there's going to be a new TNT champ." He says, "If I have to go to war again against Mark Briscoe, I'll do it. If I have to earn my rematch, I'll do that." Said, "I didn't come to AEW for instant classics. I came to be top guy." Well, that brings out top guys because Renee asked about his history with Mark Briscoe, but FTR come out. Dax steps to him, gives him a hug. Cash joins in. Dax says, "Hey, we're here to welcome an old friend of AEW." He says, "I heard you mention being a top guy, and what better to be a way to be a top guy than to surround yourself with top guys?" And then he invites Ciampa to join then. And Ciampa's like, "You know what? I've hated your guts for 10 years ago, and I hate your guts today." And Stokely pipes up, and he tells him to be quiet while grown-ups were talking. And Ciampa says, "You signed a no-contact agreement with the Bucks, but I didn't sign one." And he decks Dax. And then they chill out a bit, and Dax says, "I'm not mad. I'll see you at Collision." So, yeah, I could see them being a tag team, Briscoe and Ciampa. That'd be a fun tag team, man.
I wonder if it's a situation where Ciampa beats Dax because Dax never wins one-on-one matches.
Never.
FTR starts beating up Ciampa, and then Mark Briscoe comes and makes the save.
That could be. I could see that.
Also, we had a video package, Jack Perry, Ricochet, where Jack Perry says, "It's the third time I've pinned Ricochet. About time we finish this war." And Ricochet responds, "Ha ha!" Says, "If you want war, you can have war." So some sort of step match probably at Revolution between these two.
War games, but it's just one-on-one.
There you go.
2 rings. A cage.
Ladder war.
Ladder war.
Ooh, ladder war with Ricochet would be awesome.
I'd be scared. Be like, stop doing what you're doing. Too dangerous. You want to answer some questions?
Answer some questions.
Jesse Halsey says, "I'm taking my first flight this weekend. Any tips for flying?" Don't. It's terrifying. Oh, my God.
I'm sure that's not going to help him.
I used to love flying. Back when I was before I had a family.
Yeah.
I was like, "Ooh, if I die, nothing, who cares, right?" But now I got a family. I'm like, oh, my God, we're up in the air. This is not natural. So I hate it. I would say don't do it. But also, if you get some turbulence, don't trip.
Yeah.
Planes are remarkably resilient machines.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Yeah, but I remember the worst turbulence I ever had was on the short trip from Sac to LA or vice versa. I think I was heading to LA. Sac. I don't know. One of them. Anyways, we were really close there. And this thing started shaking big time. And I saw one guy, I looked over. And at this point, back when, we were living in LA, obviously I know you know this as well. We used to fly all the time back and forth to home. It's an hour trip.
Yeah, and back then it was cheap.
It was cheap.
Southwest.
Yeah. Southwest was like $60 for,
Yeah.
So I look over and there's a guy sitting, across the aisle from me. And his hands were clenched, just holding on to his seat for dear life. And I was like, ooh, this is fun. Nowadays, a little hint of turbulence, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm going to die.
Yeah. I remember we were flying back from a honeymoon, so we were flying across the Atlantic. It was like the one time turbulence actually scared me. We were flying, and it felt like we dropped like 100 feet, just straight down because of turbulence.
Dude, one time, this was fucked up. The plane did that. We were doing, we were flying, and then all of a sudden, it just went, and everybody's like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, this can't be good. And then we leveled off, and then the pilot came in and said, hey, everybody, just to let you know, the automatic collision aversion system kicked in because we were relatively close to the flight path of another plane. And so it automatically dipped us down 10,000 feet or whatever.
Yeah.
And 5, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it would have been nice if we knew that in advance.
Yeah,
hey, everybody, the collision system just kicked in. We're about to dip, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But no, they just did that without telling us.
At least they told you afterwards as opposed to not telling you at all.
Yeah, right. Like mystery dip,
Yeah.
What the hell?
Anyways, bring a book, listen to some music, do things that calm you.
Yeah, I always listen to music. I always put on something during takeoff and touchdown. Less touchdown. Touchdown, I'm just like, when are we coming down? But the takeoff, that's like my biggest point of
for me, it's landing. That's the worst.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, I don't like
that's
landing.
Interesting.
I don't mind taking off.
Landing is always thrilling to me because I just look outside. Hopefully I have a window seat. I look outside and I love to see everything get closer. And then it's like, oh, here we go. And then you get that big boom, boom. And that's fun for me. But the takeoff, because for some reason I always think, what happened?
Body Slam Plus just has a report. WWE creative name reportedly departs WWE. Guess who it is?
Road Dogg?
Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, it's Road Dogg.
Wow. Oh, you didn't know? Unreal did him in. He looked horrible on that show.
He did.
Wow.
He did. Wow. Luis here asks, what basketball players would rock the melty look well and which would not? Oh, Birdman. Birdman with the melty jersey.
He'd look great. Tattoos head to toe. Melty attire looks great. Brad Miller would not look great. Vladdy would not look great. Any of them dudes who, you had to look for their athleticism because, you didn't see it. You know what I mean? I'm looking at this guy. What the fuck? This dude looks like he smoked cigarettes. And sure enough, Vladdy did.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the dudes in the NBA would look great with this stuff.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Ant would look great. LeBron would look great.
Yeah.
Steph wouldn't. Too tiny. He looks too tiny. He's not tiny.
No, he's not tiny. He's 6'3"?
Yeah, but compared to everybody else, he looks kind of childlike. I don't think he would look good in the melty stuff.
No, I think he'd be fine.
No.
I think 95% of NBA players could rock the melty look really well.
He's in the 5% that would.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. No good.
No, we'll disagree on that.
Okay.
SJ Collects here says, I believe WWE doesn't benefit from putting the title in Roman at Mania. Punk holds more value nowadays. If Punk retains, who do you see taking that title next? Punk retains at Mania. Who takes that title off Punk? Gunther.
Oh God. I think Gunther's going to be far away from that title. I think they got enough old dudes to keep him away from it.
LA Knight.
He had a cameo on Raw, dude.
Yeah.
I think it.
Boy, it's probably Seth. It's probably Seth.
Oh, it's probably Seth. It's Seth or Braun Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
You're right about that. It's Seth or Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I really would love for them to just do the Obafemi thing.
Yeah, me too.
Put it on him sooner than later.
We don't even know what show he's going to be on.
But you're Oba?
Yeah. They still consider him a free agent.
Oh God.
Phantom Driver.
It's just gonna be he's doing Rusev right now. How is he gonna be in a feud and not have a brand?
I know. Phantom Driver here says, are there any songs that you find yourself unable to listen to anymore due to the association with difficult memories?
Oh, wow. I don't think I've listened to Van Morrison, specifically Hymns to the Silence, the album, since my dad passed. Because I think that would be too emotional for me. Mm-hmm. That was the last album we listened to together when he was still in the hospital. But besides that, I can't think of any.
Yeah, I can't really think of any either.
Here we go. Another musical one. Tyler asks, if you could have any musical artist recreate a current wrestler's entrance music, what song would you pick and what artist should recreate it?
So it's the same song, just redone by another artist.
He gives an example. He says Seth Rollins' song done by a metalcore band called Counterparts would make it much cooler. That sounds neat. Oh, this is stupid. But I still think there's some validity in having Jelly Roll cover Randy Orton's song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
All right.
How about this? Radiohead covers Io Sky's theme.
Oh, wow.
But you put some Tom York lyrics into it.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be interesting. I'm trying to think of a song that Alter Bridge could cover.
What song couldn't they cover?
I know.
Alter Bridge covers Cult of Personality.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
There it is. There it is.
Dude.
What?
Who would you want to see cover Fraxium's theme?
Oh, my God.
Yes. Stacking Bodies.
Have Bon Iver cover Fraxium's theme.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Cat Dad 7 here says, if these wrestlers were in their prime, what would be the best dream match? So there's 5 examples. Are you ready?
Yes.
Shawn Michaels, Bryan Danielson. There's 1.
Okay.
Kevin Owens and Kurt Angle. That's 2.
Okay.
RVD, Kenny Omega, Jerry Lynn. That's 3. Eddie Guerrero and Okada. Or Mike Awesome and Sami Zayn.
Wow. Those are inspired choices. Who submitted this?
Cat Dad 7.
Great choices. I get Jerry Lynn out of there. And RVD versus Kenny Omega. Fuck.
You know, Kenny's such a huge Kurt Angle fan. I'd love to see them have a match. You know, both of them in their primes.
Yeah, that'd be great. But give me 1997 RVD and 20
DDT Pro era Kenny Omega, where he's just doing all sorts of crazy shit.
That's the shit right there, man. That's good.
I think Mike Awesome and Kevin Owens, that would be the matchup I'd love to see. I mean, all of them would be great. I don't know if that'd be the best match, but in terms of just like
that'd be a lot of fun.
Good physical pro wrestling.
That'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be tons of fun.
That'd be a lot of fun. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. You want to do a keep or cut?
Sure. Is it a 3-and-3 deal?
4 and 4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is from Possibly Maddie.
All right.
Keep 4, cut 4. Pay-per-view names based on name only, not lineage.
All right. Sure.
Based on name only.
Sure.
You and I would definitely disagree on this first one. WrestlePalooza.
I don't think it's great, but there's worse, so I'll keep WrestlePalooza.
All right.
Doesn't mean I like it.
All right.
But I can see why people like it.
Number 2. So you're going to keep WrestlePalooza.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2. No Way Out.
Yeah, I cut that one. That one's kind of whatever.
Sounds like a generic, like a Temu Steven Seagal movie.
Yeah, it does.
Next up, Breaking Point.
Oh, cut.
That sounds again like a Temu Steven Seagal movie.
It does.
Next up, Fast Lane.
Gosh, they're all bad so far.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I put WrestlePalooza in the keep section.
I know.
Fastlane's terrible, though.
Fastlane's awful.
So that's got to go.
Life in the fast lane. Next up, In Your House.
Oh, I love In Your House. Keep that.
What? Oh, God.
I love In Your House.
Out of context, In Your House is terrible.
I love In Your House.
Ah, damn you.
You get the set with the house on it. It's great.
Next up. Yeah, it's horrible.
It's great.
Bad to the Blood. With the two
Bad Blood's
Ds.
good. I like Bad Blood.
Great.
All right, I got 3 and 3.
All right, next up, No Mercy.
I don't mind No Mercy.
But what do you think is the next one?
See, No Mercy is one of them I don't mind, but I could really go either way on them.
Sure, yeah, exactly. So really what you're deciding is the last one going to be horribly offensive, like, I don't know, Great Balls of Fire, which isn't horribly offensive.
It's just a bad name.
Egregiously bad. Or is it going to be something great?
I'll keep No Mercy.
You're going to keep No Mercy.
Yeah, I think the way this is set up, where you got all those terrible ones to start, I'd fill up the cut early, and so there's another bad one at the end. So I'm going to keep No Mercy.
You are actually going to cut WrestleMania.
Well, we got WrestlePalooza. That's fine.
I was hoping for you to go the other way, and then it would be Barely Legal, which is a horrible fucking name.
It really is.
And like the worst name. Who just names their pay-per-view that? That's horrible. Paul Heyman, scumbag.
Let's see here. Are there any more questions, or is it all blind power ranks?
There's a lot of blind power ranks here, man.
So before I give you your blind power rank, there's some friendos that put up the same blind power rank every week, every show.
Yeah.
If we don't do it after 2 times you post it,
let's do three strikes, you're out. 3 strikes,
odds are we're not going to.
Okay.
Either because we've done something similar before, or it just doesn't seem to work.
Yeah.
With that in mind, let's see here. This one's right up your alley.
Okay.
There's 7 DC comic villains.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
First one, the Riddler.
The Riddler. I like the Riddler, but even growing up, I was like, he's too close to the Joker. Guy who is laugh based. I like Paul Dano in that latest Batman movie. Thought he was good. Jim Carrey was too over the top.
Oh yeah.
Riddler. Number 5.
5. Ooh, 5 of 7. Next up, Bizarro.
Oh, just a backward Superman. I will say this. It's not really the same thing. I think that like they were kind of going for Bizarro with drunken evil Superman and Superman 3, which is probably the all-time scariest motherfucking villain in DC history, anything DC. Yeah. Drunken Superman with a 5 o'clock shadow is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I remember and he put Clark in the garbage compactor.
Yeah.
That was fucked.
Yeah, that was messed up.
And he's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was messed up.
But that's not him.
No.
I'm not a huge Bizarro guy. I'm going number 6.
All right. Next up is Lobo. Lobo a villain? He's more of an anti-hero, right?
I mean, if you look at the history of Lobo, he did literally murder his entire planet.
Oh, that's true.
So that he would be the only Zarian.
That's true.
Zarnian. I love Lobo. But you're right in that since then, he's been like, he's a dick.
Yeah.
But like, he's never really done much harm as like a villain. He's typically like kind of a lovable bad guy. That being said, just in terms of like, I mean, I don't know if this is ranking him on villainy or my love of the character. I'm going to put Lobo at number 3 because I fucking love Lobo.
Next up here, Sinestro.
I don't know. His head weirded me out. He had like a widow's peak. Like, hard to take that guy seriously. Yellow. Oh, so menacing. He's like the Yellow Lantern. Oh. Number 7. Hey, have you seen the ad for lanterns?
No.
It's that HBO show about Hal Jordan and fucking Jon Stewart.
No.
It looks fucking awesome.
Really?
They say fuck a lot in it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Hal Jordan's like kind of a scumbag, and he's training the new Lantern, Jon Stewart. Yeah, it's good shit.
Next up here, Catwoman.
Oh, man. I love Selena. I'll put Selena at number... I'll put her number 2.
All right. Got 2 left. What spots do you have left? 1 and what?
I got 1 and 4.
All right. Deathstroke.
Highly intimidating while wearing orange.
Yeah.
Like a blue and orange underwear.
Yeah.
Orange underwear at that.
Yeah.
Over the top underwear. Very deadly, very scary. But I don't know who this last name is going to be. I mean, if it's Joker or Lex Luthor, the total package Lex Luthor, then those guys are number 1s.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where they're gonna be. I think they're gonna put a turd at the last one. So I'm gonna put Deathstroke. He's a scary dude. Put him at number 1.
All right. Next, last one here. You chose wisely, Mr. How do you say his name?
Mxyzptlk. Oh, I love Mr. Mxyzptlk. Yeah, this is kind of like, I think I did this perfectly. These are like, it's a lot of mid names though.
Yeah.
Nobody too high, nobody too low. So yeah, I'm cool with all that. I like Mr. I thought he was cool. I never knew how to say his name. And then like when in my 30s, I like turned on like a TV show or a video or something. I was like, how do you pronounce the dude's name?
And there you go.
Yeah, there we go. All right, now it's your turn.
All right.
Do blind power rank. Would you like... I'm going to try to give somebody else. Because there's another really good movie one from Darius, but I kind of want to give somebody else some play. Darius gets a lot.
I get that.
A lot of play here. This one is just too much. Oh, this is a good one. From Obafemi 18. We're going to blind power rank these characters for a potential spin-off show.
All right. How many?
7.
7? Okay.
Yeah. Have you seen any of Peacemaker?
A little bit.
Okay.
By that I mean the first episode. But I saw most of the Suicide Squad movie, if that helps.
You'll still know that, well, this is a Peacemaker specific thing.
Gotcha.
But we'll get to that here. That's the number 7 entry. Number 1 is Hugo from Succession.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. This is Fisher Stevens'
character, yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Did he play Bar on the Floor? I forget.
I don't know. I feel like that's kind of... I think if people were hoping for a Succession spinoff, it'd be Tom, it'd be Kendall.
There would be literally even any of
the main characters.
Yeah, any of them.
I don't know if they'd be excited for a Hugo spinoff.
Nobody. Yeah.
But if it's the same creative team,
I mean, it'd be good, but I'm not excited to see it.
But at the same time, it wouldn't be like elated to see it.
Or Jerry getting one, you know? She was amazing.
Or Greg.
Or Greg.
So I'll put Hugo at 5.
Okay. All right. Next up, the Soup Nazi from Seinfeld.
You know, I feel like that's one of those characters that's just kind of best. I don't know how you would like necessarily sustain a whole series. 6.
That'd be low for me too. Next up, Colin Robinson.
2.
Some of his shit was the best on that show.
I know.
He was great.
What's up, dog?
This next one, oh boy, he'd be high for me. Mr. Milchick.
1. Yeah.
Milchick's
great.
Yeah. What do you have left?
3, 4, 7.
Okay. Next up, Gene Parmesan from Arrested Development. It's just a great name. Martin Mull, I think, right?
Yeah. from Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Gosh, you know what?
He's great, but within the context of the show, he's great.
I know, and like the first 2-3 seasons of Arrested Development were great, and after that,
I didn't even watch. I didn't watch when I went to Netflix.
I watched the first one on Netflix. I don't think I watched the second one.
Yeah.
So I'll put him at 4.
Okay. What do you have left?
2 and 7, or 3 and 7. Sorry.
3 and 7. All right. You might kick yourself over this next one, not leaving the number 1 spot open.
Oh, really?
But Milkshake is great because the world building in Severance is
so good.
So good.
He's such a great character, such a great complex character. Like there's a lot you could do with a Milkshake spinoff series,
especially with that same creative.
Yep.
But this next one, maybe it'd be too much. I don't know. He's of course the creator of Bible Bonkers, Baby Billy.
Baby Billy.
Yeah.
You know, there's periods in Righteous Gemstones where Baby Billy is kind of the main character.
Yeah.
So I don't know if a whole spinoff about Baby Billy is exactly necessary. I mean, if you want to tell like a prequel to Righteous Gemstones about Baby Billy, maybe that'd be interesting. But then you wouldn't necessarily have Walter Goggins playing him necessarily.
Oh, you would.
But you'd have to.
A teenage Baby Billy, but played by Walton Goggins would be great.
All right, Baby Billy goes at 3, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
But I still think Milchick's probably number 1, huh?
Yeah, I'd keep Milchick 1 and then put Baby Billy number 2 and call it Robinson 3.
So you got 7 left?
Yeah.
You did good because this next one is Eagly from Peacemaker.
Oh, the bird.
I don't know if I could stand a show with just featuring a bird.
About a bird?
Unless they did it like an old school 70s animated style. That could be fun.
That could be fun.
Yeah, where he's talking.
Yeah,
and
apart from Colin Robinson and Baby Billy switching those, I think I nailed it.
I think you did good. I think you did great. Anyways, that's going to do it for the show today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll see you guys around.
Goodbye.